Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be talking about tuples in Python. Tuples they're similar to lists. One of the most basic things in Python. So the main difference between tuples and lists in Python is that tuples are immutable, meaning they cannot be changed. So tuples should always use. I use comments for notes so I can refer to them. In the future if I need. So tuples are immutable, and it's basically the largest difference between tuples and lists. So basically, I can give an example of a tuple. Let's say we have tuple. I'm doing my tuple. And we're just going to start off with the basics. I'm just going to show everyone a basic tuple. So all tuples, instead of lists, I know at lists use square brackets. Tuples use the regular parentheses. So we can just start here, and I'm just going to do numbers to start off. Just some random stuff. It doesn't really matter. I'm just doing this for sake of explanation, and always make sure to run it when you're out there. My tuple. So now I'm going to talk about we can basically say, so for tuples the format is variable equal sign, and you need to have parentheses with values inside of them. That's the format for tuples, as opposed to lists, of course. And tuples are, of course, they mutable, they cannot be changed. So basically, we're going to start. So basically, with my tuple, we're going to start off with just some basic things you can do with tuples. So if I go ahead and we can do a command and type. So we have my tuple. We can do type, and this is just so if you want to know what my tuple is, it would show tuple. So now I want to move on to actually working with the tuple and just finding stuff out. So if we just go to my tuple, we do my tuple dot, and what second you do dot, you'll get like a lot of these. We're gonna do dot count. You have to double click it, and we're gonna do dot count. You need to use, of course, parentheses, and I'm gonna do 15. 1. And the dot count function basically gives you the amount of time something is here. So if I can go, let me update this. So basically, if we do this, it shows the amount of times 15 is here. So in this case, since I updated it, it's 15. Dot count gives 15. So that's basically dot count function. And if we go down, you also have dot index. So of course, we're gonna put in the variable, and I say, yeah, we're gonna go with just, I guess, we're just gonna pick any random value because I don't really care about the value right now. I just want to get the concept clear. So dot index is the second one. You can just type dot index. I'm just going to double click it. It's a little bit faster. And dot index. Let's say we want 20. That's a 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. If you watch my previous videos, indexing goes from 0. It starts with 0. So if you watch my previous videos on indexing, if you haven't watched my previous videos, I highly recommend to watch those because you might not be knowing things like indexing, etc. If we move on, we can work with index. Now let's move on to the topic of to differentiate lists from tuples. So as I mentioned, tuples are not immutable, while lists, basically, tuples cannot be changed, but lists can. So an example of this is, I'm just going to do tuples, right? And if we can just get a random value here, I guess we can go we're gonna do values. I don't really care at this point. We can do that. We can actually try to mix numbers. Yeah. So tuples. Yeah, we're just gonna do, yeah. I don't really see the need for, okay, yeah. We have our tuples done. Yeah, there we go. Now we're gonna move on. We have our tuple. We're gonna make a list. Again, if you have not watched my previous videos, I highly recommend you go and watch my previous videos. If you do not understand stuff like lists, etc. Lists 3, 4, 5. I don't really care at this point. So you have that. And now I'm going to show an example. If we do lists, or it's defined, always make sure it's defined or it'll error out, but we have lists. We can go and say, if we go lists 1, right? And lists 1, okay, we're just going to do this. And now we can, basically what we just did is I took it from here and I basically took the index 1, which is going to be 4, and replace it with 4. Like actually typed out instead of just doing 4, I did 4. That's the main difference what I did. And with a list it worked. We have our new list, and if we run this, of course, it'll give us 3 FOUR 5. Now we're gonna try this. So tuple. Tuples. And we're gonna go 1. Obviously it's gonna error out, but we can just tuples 1 is y. And obviously this will not work. It errored out because it cannot change. Tuples are immutable. They cannot be changed. So that's why I got an error. That was meant to come there, because of course tuples are immutable. So we've gone over dot count. Another thing you can do is we're going to go back to our my tuple. is look through these commands. So we can go through all of these. I'm not going to go over all of these, but I guess you can like try some of these. So basically I can do this. You can try these on your own. I'm not gonna really teach anyone this, but you basically get the idea of looking through that. So we can actually you have multiple commands here. So you can try that out, I guess, in free time. But that is the basics of tuples. So what we've gone over in summary, to summarize this, we have tuples are immutable. They cannot be changed. We have our tuple right here. We have variable. This is the format for typing in a tuple in Python. We have variable, equal sign, parentheses, and values go inside it. Type, and the type command basically, it's not related to tuples, but it tells you basically what type it is. This can work for strings, lists, etc. Dot count tells you the amount of times something appears. This won't tell you the amount of values in something, but it'll only tell you like 15. There's 15, so it'll return 2. You have tuples over there. Tuples are immutable. Error, because tuples are mutable. Lists can be changed. So yeah, that's basically the overview of tuples in Python. Hopefully this video helped out, and yeah, those are tuples in Python. Hopefully this video helped.